Uh, on the subject of liars and people lying to you, I thought of a case of a person I knew who was dedicated to a group of people over a long period of time, believing that they were all innocent, honest, good people, and they weren't. The person came from a criminal background, but was fooled into believing that it wasn't, what she thought it was when she got older, and she didn't like it. Anyway, she was lied to for many years, and then eventually she started clicking that something was wrong, that she was lied to by her sisters, siblings, parents, relations, flying monkeys who had been brought into it to lie as well, and the whole criminal group. She finally got to the stage where she realised that she was being lied to, and she lived with these people, and it was while with them that she realised that they were coming into the room and just lying. And I remember that from my marriage, where I'd realised that my wife was lying, and I realised I couldn't trust her, which is part of it. But years before, I think it was my mother, in my childhood, I realised someone kept lying to me. I don't actually remember who. And I remember I got the lesson in my head that as long as a person is lying to you, from that point on, you can't trust them. Simply because they'll slip back into lying again. This is why they have the religious born-again repentance. Is the repenting is so hard. It's such a hard thing to do. You turn around and do something bad, and then you've got to publicly, if you need to, publicly announce you've done bad. You need to right the wrongs you've done. And it's all very hard to do. And you actually have to go up to that person, look them in the eye, and say sorry. And because you deeply regret what you did. The thing is it's supposed to be so hard on you so that you'll do it. And you won't do that bad thing again, if you know. But this thing with the girl who was gullible, with me in my own life, was sitting there and knowing that I was being lied to, and knowing that every word said couldn't be trusted once I knew I was being lied to. So they could turn around and they could say this and they could say that, and like they'd say, oh, I'm just going downtown to get something, and you're sort of looking at them thinking, oh, yeah, okay, can you pick me up something? And they say, sure. And then they leave. And you think to yourself, and you try to get about your daily business, like doing the dishes and vacuuming the floor, but in the back of your mind, you're sitting there saying, where are they really going? What are they really doing? What are they really saying to people? The thing that's scary when you discover a person is a liar, you start discovering all the ways they tricked you. Like when they say, I just texting Auntie May, and you've never met Auntie May. Or you have met Auntie May, but this Auntie May that texting is actually someone who's in cahoots with them. And so they're always texting that person, and you don't check their phone because, it's Auntie May. But then once you realise they're a liar, you start getting suspicious about their constant texting to Auntie May. And you start thinking, maybe she isn't Auntie May after all. And you want to have a look at their phone. I kept getting this image in my head in the last couple of days of a female sitting at a table, and this person coming in, a male, talking to her and lying. And she knows he's a liar. He knows, because of all the evidence that's come to her face over the last year or so, that he knows she knows he's lying. So she knows he's lying, he knows she knows he's lying, but they continue the farce. They continue the ridiculous game of continually lying to each other. And, well, she's not lying, but he is. And the thing that got to me was, in this particular case, a lot of flying monkeys and other people were involved in the lies. Okay? And because they were involved in the lies, these people thought that the liar was telling the truth. But as more and more evidence came clear, they started realizing that this person was lying. And when they got to that stage and they realized that the person was actually lying and not telling the truth, they all started looking at her like, you're a fool. You're believing in a lie. We've all figured it out, but you're continuing to believe in the liar. So, in the beginning, one of the reasons she believed in the liar was to please her friends, to please family, to please siblings, to please parents. But when she found out the whole lot were lying to her, there was no one left to please, except for probably herself. And so when you're in that situation where people are constantly lying to you, you can't trust them, but you also don't know where you are in life anymore, because you've been living a lie. They've been feeding you a lie. You've been telling other people lies because you thought they were truths. So you're now stuck in this situation where it's like, oh gosh, you're surrounded by people who are trying to tell you this and that. You now know that all the stuff they're telling you is not real, it's not true, it's lies. So then where does that leave you? Well, it leaves you in a place where you're never knowing where you are, what you are, who you are, because liars will keep telling you you're this, you're that, you're this. When you join something like pyramid selling, they're trained to teach you that you're a great salesperson even though you haven't sold a thing yet. And so they tell you who you are, they tell you what they want you to be so they can make more money. So they push you and push you and push you. They spend money on you, they spend time on you, they make a lot of effort to encourage you, they make a lot of effort to build you up, and to being very excited about this person who they say that you are. Now, if you totally fail, then all the effort and time is wasted, and that makes them very unhappy. So you want to please them, so you try harder, and so you keep believing in the lie and saying, I'm a great seller, I'm going to do well, I'm going to make fortune. Jane down the road did, the lady in Hamilton did, the lady in Los Angeles did. You keep telling yourself, I can do this, everyone else is doing it, they're doing so well. You know there are other people failing, but you're telling yourself, no, I'm not one of them, I'm one of the succeeders. Everyone keeps telling me I'm great, I'm a success. And so you feed yourself the lies. You build the lies up within yourself. And then one day, it comes crashing down. Because all those schemes, they all end up dying away eventually. And some people made money, mostly all those at the top, and everyone else didn't. Lying to ourselves about who we are is bad enough. But having other people lie to us and try and make us into something we're not is really bad. And believing it for so long is sad, because when it does come crashing down, we realize that we turned away a better life for fake. And now you're sitting in a room and there's these people gathering around you who tell fibs, and you're sort of looking at them and you're looking at the ground and they say this and they say that to you, and you're thinking to yourself, oh, well, that's not real, that's not reality, and it's not who I am. So, oh, you're trying to get up. You have to try harder than that. The big cat's trying to get up. So, I could just imagine sitting in the room. And see, I've been living by myself for 17 years. I don't have, unless I leave the house, there are no liars in my life. So, unless I lie to myself, of course. So, because there's no liars in my life, and I don't lie to myself, I hope, life's a lot better and it's a lot more... You can tell who you are, you can tell where you're going, you can adjust your life and figure out who you are, and that's one of the things I liked about living by myself. It's just nice. This is a cat, the neighbour's cat. I have no idea what its name is or anything about it, but there it sits, comes over to see me. So, and sleeps at night. So what I'm trying to say is, there's no truth. It's like the song "Sowing the Seeds of Love." It keeps popping in my head. Time to eat all your words, swallow your pride, open your eyes. And you got the open your eyes part, which means, open your eyes and see what's real. Stop deluding yourself. Stop believing the lies that have been fed to you. And the next part is, swallow your pride. Fix it up. And you will never do it again. Especially, the harder it is to fix up, the more you won't do it again. I've done it myself. I hated. When I became a Christian, there were certain people who done me wrong. And I took the thing, don't replace evil for evil, or hate for hate, and so I was polite to them. They never apologised to me or anything, and if they had a flat tyre, I would have helped them change your flat tyre and stuff. So you do your best to be the best you can. It's when people really apologise that you change, that you welcome them into your house, your home, your life, because they've actually made an effort to bring themselves down to your level in their eyes, and they value your relationship enough to apologise with repentance, with fixing it. And so, that's really important. Yeah, I think that's it. But the thing here is if you're in, like that girl was, in the room and people are coming in and out, and they're all lying to you, you need to know that you aren't who you should be. You're not following God's will, clearly. You've been lying to yourself, you've been lying to others, and it's time to swallow your pride and wake up and say, well, where do I want to go from here? Do I want to live with this? I couldn't tolerate it. Every time I was in a situation where other people were lying to me, I got to the stage where walking away was so easy. I'm now at the stage where if I get into a friendship with someone and I catch them out in a lie or two, I'm gone. And they're like trying to figure out, we could have been really good friends, and that they're just, you don't know where you are with a liar. You just don't know where the truth is if they're always lying. Some people are just compulsive liars. Some people are narcissists. They're doing it to gain something from you. In this case, with the girl, they didn't want her going to the police and telling the police what they were like. And so you imagine that would happen a lot in the likes of the mafia and gangs, when the family member finds God and stuff like that, and then the other members are like, we have to continue with our criminal activities, but push this person out of the perimeter of the criminal activity so that they think the criminal activities don't exist, or and that we're good decent people all of a sudden, and we don't do that anymore, so that it won't go to the place. and a lot of people will live on a promise that we don't do that anymore. We've changed. We're better people now. We're telling you the truth. We've become born again Christians ourselves, maybe. People can fake. If you look at the difference between spending years in jail, then they will pay a lot of money, they will spend a lot of time with you, and they will lie their heads off, and they will fake, just to get you to think that that they're not doing it anymore if you've changed. So I would imagine a lot of that happens in criminal families. So, it's another thing to think about. If you come from a criminal background of some sort, and you found God and you've decided to change your ways, and then all of a sudden everyone in the family is saying that they don't do the criminal activities anymore, sit back and sort of think that out, And the other thing about it is very important, a lot of people don't realise, is if the family's a criminal family, they're doing criminal activities, the parents will ensure that if you're a female or male, that you marry someone who is in sympathy with their crime, so that they can keep an eye on you, so that you won't tell. In the mafia, they just do that, and they have a lot of planned marriages. And in the church system today, they still do, to keep you in the fold. In the mafia, it's to keep you within the bounds of their eyesight, so they can keep control of you, and watch what you're doing. And you have no idea. You think you're happily married to somebody, but they're really a narcissist, and they're still in the activities of the family. So you've got to be wary about that sort of thing. But it's just some things to think about. Anyway, I just thought I'd bring that up.